on today's show. Welcome back, folks. We got a big one for you guys today. I'm extremely pumped to talk to you from LA. I'm hanging out here with Matty Potts in his apartment. He's sleeping through that wall right there. But we've got a big show for you guys today. Weekly one-wheel challenges are coming in strong. We've got a winner to announce. The winner will get a Jeff White custom concave foot pad. I'm going to go rails off on Future Motion today. Maybe not even on them, possibly on you guys. I'm a little upset at some of the things that I'm seeing, and it's time that we discuss it. So just strap it on, folks. Belly is back in Studio A. I'm hanging out in Studio B. TTR Studios, coast to coast. Coming up next, Voice of Onewheel. Welcome back, folks. There's Belly hanging out from Studio A, doing his whole thing. Look at that. We are so pumped to do this with you guys today. Thank you, Belly, for doing what you do. You are the man. He is the one that makes it run here on the East Coast. I'm out here on the West Coast. Good morning, everybody. I see you in the social media lounge. Hey, fam. If you couldn't find out where to vote, head over to the weekly One Wheel Challenges group. There is a poll created right there at the top, and you guys can see all of that as you wish. So get your votes in right now. There are, I believe, 7 videos up, and man, they are fun to watch. So go ahead and vote those out, but don't leave us while you do it. Just stay right there. So thanks for listening to everybody on the podcast. I know the podcast numbers are jumping huge, which is awesome. If you want to watch, of course, you're on TTR Studios channel on YouTube. Let's get to the show, please. Belly, what's up, man? Let's get those tunes out of here. How are you doing, man?
Let's see. I'm gonna figure it out here. Yeah, I'm pushing all buttons, moving all knobs, and it seems to be working just fine. So I'm liking it so far.
Guys, I want you to realize, production-wise, Belly is literally by himself. So he's doing the camera switching. Switch to yourself. Show them yourself. Look at you. Beautiful, sexy Coca-Cola shirt. Just get a Coke and a smile.
I'm ready to rock, though. It's been a good day. It's been a good couple days of work, and now I'm excited to be here on the Voice of Onewheel with all of you, which is very exciting. Sitting in the big chair. I feel like the host today, but I'm not.
How does that microphone smell there? Does it smell like looch breath?
I mean, mine wouldn't be any better, so no worries. I did not brush my teeth before starting the show today, so you get mine on the way back. So.
All right, that's a bet, man. Well, thank you for doing this in Social Media Lounge. Today we are serving thank you cards to Belly. So I want you guys to literally just pepper him the entire show and say thank you.
No need.
It's true.
No
so,
need.
Thank you.
I do it for all, and I do it for you.
You know what's actually pretty funny, and this is before we get started. I'm out here visiting Matty Potts, and if you guys know, he's our co-host. He's my cousin. He's also our co-host on Luch Dog in the Morning. I did his baby shower. I DJ'd that, and it was really funny because somebody introduced me to their girlfriend, and their girlfriend said, "Oh, it's you."
Well,
like, hey,
what is that supposed to mean?
Because my reputation preceded me, and apparently they just know me as the guy that always steals pots away from anything because he's so dedicated to do this show every single morning. You guys got to realize it's 11 o'clock on the East Coast. Now I'm starting to feel the pain. I'm out on the West Coast, man. I had to get up at 6:30 in the morning to do this. And boy, oh boy, that is a lot different of a feeling. So some people are asking us to wake up Matty Potts and get him in here. Maybe I will do that for segment 3. I think that would be a good one. Thank you guys in the Social Media Lounge. But this weekly One Wheel Challenge thing has been so much fun to watch you guys really just jump in. And I saw, man, once like the posts that are coming in, I think it was Once Year that did a really nice post for us. Put it in the One Wheel Owners group saying like how much he has just improved over the 2 weeks. God, that was really cool. You know, I mean, he's saying, you know, and that's what this has been doing for me, and I hope it's doing for you guys. Let's just get you out of your comfort level a little bit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just head over to the Facebook group, Weekly One Wheel Challenges. Join. I accept everybody. Just be nice. Everybody love everybody.
And also vote.
Yeah, you got to vote. But you got the whole hour. We'll do the end. We'll do it in the third segment. So you've got until 11:45 your guys' time. So what I would like to do is kind of discuss and highlight some of them that have come in. We had some late ones come in. So Belly, if you could, do you want to show some of the late sex change
Sure,
from last week came in.
absolutely. Now, what you're going to see here, folks, is I'm going to be doing some weird transitions, things like that sometimes, but
Yeah,
no
you do your
worries.
thing, but I'll prep it while you're doing it. This person did a sex change wearing boots. Cowboy boots, nonetheless.
Are they
I was
famous
very
boots is what I want to know.
Are they what?
Are they the famous boots?
I don't know if they are the AC boots. Oh, she's got my my initials. Look at that. But this is Angel Cooper rocking out the sex change. She even threw a little title on there. We do want to highlight video making as a skill. And I'd like to say, like, look how quick her feet go. I think the sex change is easier if you're doing a quick spin because the board has less chance to get off of its main axis, right? It has less chance to kind of topple over. So if anybody is still working on this from last week, that quick switch is what I think helped me for sure. When I was trying to jump high, switch slow and smooth, it wasn't working out. If you watch, if you go back and watch Sandy Peters, she also does it just like Angel is doing here. She's not wearing boots, but they have that quick flip, and it's really neat to see. And then we also had Billy. What's his name? I can't read. Is it Nate?
Nate Oron. Oron.
Let's show that.
Hey.
And listen. Let's
Orage,
just highlight the fact that he's
Orage.
got a BMX bike helmet on because he's trying something new, and it's an old video, but bam, love that. Way to go, Nate. And I'm all for it. Hey, man, if you want to look, obviously, the dude probably doesn't ride around in his daily errands rocking a full face BMX helmet. But if you're going out and trying something new, why not? Like, you need to have your mind free and clear, not thinking about any kind of worry. I know any of the real riders. McCosker can probably speak to this. Bodie, I know, can speak to this. Richardson, if you're in here, I'm sure you could speak to this. You need to go bode mode if you're going to do something out of your ordinary. Like, you have to send it, and you have to know in your head that you're going to hit it. If there's any sort of doubt that you might not hit it, trust me, you're not going to. Right? So if a helmet is going to make you feel just a little bit more confident, especially when you're learning it, do it. No one's out here to make fun of you, and if they are, well, then whatever. You don't really need to worry about them anyway, okay? So I just really wanted to highlight the fact that, hey, man, if you got to throw in full – I wore a motorcycle jacket the first month of riding this thing. I mean – no doubt about it. So I actually it's kind of funny. I made a Batmobile. Belly, do you remember this in my old apartment?
A little bit. You're talking about which one again?
So in my one, Belly and I had a 1-bedroom apartment, and then Belly and I decided to get a 3-bedroom apartment in the same complex and make the middle apartment, or the middle bedroom, our studio. That's Studio A. But before, I was just by myself. And I turned my closet, like as you open my front door, you look to the left, there's like a closet. Yes, that is Studio A. But what I did is I took a closet. Oh, I wish you can't show. Belly, go to your camera. Is the Belly camera up? Hit B. You guys see that closet that's right behind the microphone? It's the one that has the Alice in Wonderland. You can see her feet, that door, that little poster. It's on a door.
Mm-hmm.
I basically took a closet like that, and I gutted it, and then I hung on the wall nails for me to hang my gloves, my wrist pads, and then I had nails for like my shoulder pads, my elbow pads, a jacket. I had 2 helmets up front just so that I wanted to feel like Batman going into his Batcave and then just like pressing the button and then like all of his gear is right there. That's what I wanted.
That's a sweet setup. I mean, from the social media lounge, you got pads equal confidence from Chris Richardson. So if you want to be Batman, be Batman.
I love it. I love it. Did anybody see that picture of that girl floating around in the Batman cape and the fully decked out board? That was badass. We don't have the video for it, but that was really cool. I love seeing the kids get in on this.
More and more, there's more and more every day, I got to say. You see a lot more young riders. One of the cool videos I saw this week from my perspective was the guy talking about how he didn't even think his 3-year-old like nephew, I think it was, would even get up on the board and like activate it. And then you just see the kid not only get up on the board, go a few feet, and then do the proper jump off without really any kind of prompt. Just naturally figures it out, it looks like.
Totally nailed the dismount. It's so awesome. The kid just does a double foot jump off. And I wanted to maybe just take 2 seconds because I really worry that I am becoming the Mike Greenberg of One Wheel Radio here, where I'm very just like, let's do it for the kids and pick up some trash. But look, I'm a nice guy, and I want to look at this from a community
That means
standpoint.
I'm the Golic, right?
Yeah, you could be Golic. That's fine. You just talk about crushing donuts.
Donuts. I'll crush them all. I crushed day-old donuts at work the other day.
Well, Belly, I'm talking to a female. We've been back and forth. You guys know I'm in a little in-between phase here, and she definitely has a daughter. And I wonder, because the first thing that I want to do is like, can we ride together? Can I have her ride with me? And she was like, yeah, that would be awesome. But I worry because now that responsibility is on me. And I wonder how parents, if we have any parents in the social media lounge, I'd love for you to chime in right now. Like, how do you go about getting kids to do this the safe way? Like, do you worry that, I mean, like they could just take off. Like, you can't really control them once they're on the board. You know, it could just kind of just go, and then they get afraid, and then they're just like in the middle of the street. I'm terrified of that. So if anybody has any thoughts on that, like take them. I'm guessing just take them to a super grassy knoll and don't even do anything until you're like, I don't know, 50 miles in with the kids. Keep them away from streets. Just be careful when you're riding around with kids. But if anybody does, and you don't have to do it right now live, but I'm honestly asking for my own help. If you want to hit me up on social media and just let me know what your thoughts are on how to get kids introduced to this, I'd love that, and I think we can all learn from it. So that'd be super helpful to me. So let's get into the weekly one wheel challenges, if we can. It's not that I'm not awake yet, folks. That is not why I'm not really right here right now.
No, it's because he can't turn himself up like he usually does.
No.
That's a joke. It's a joke. You gotta get yourself heated up. You know it's a joke.
Oh, I know. What I'm saying is, I can't. You guys don't understand what I'm surrounded by right now. There's no air conditioning in this room, so I've got a fan on me, and I'm probably sweating bullets. But through that door is Pop sleeping on the couch, and through that wall is his very pregnant baby mama, who they're just so sweet, and she's sleeping over there, and I'm just trying not to wake them.
No.
I'm like this crazy guest visiting and doing a show from their living room or from their guest room. But yeah, thanks for putting up with me. I will be back in normal.
He just can't shout right now.
I can't. I really can't shout right now. But maybe, you know what? Maybe we find something. Maybe this is a new tone that is a little bit more palatable to the listeners. We'll go silky smooth, Belly.
Oh, yeah. You're pulling a belly on him.
No, nobody can do that other than you. Okay, so let's get into real fast. I just wanted to say that if you want to vote, get your votes in now. The winner will get a Jeff White custom concave foot pad. Thank you again to Jeff White for sponsoring this week's challenge, the OWC3, the One Wheel Challenge 3. And you had to go up a hill, do a switch, go up a hill, do a switch, do a 180, and then come back and do it. And we've seen some really cool ones. I would like to show Aaron Hipple if we can. I thought that one was pretty neat.
Yep.
Can you show that one right there? I think you're already on it. This was awesome, dude. This guy's 290 pounds, just getting out there and finding a hill anyway and saying, screw it, I'm doing this. Belly, can you read his caption? I thought it was a pretty good caption. I just can't see it.
Sure. So what he says is, so I'm 290-pound rider. I can't pick up very big hills when I ride switch up them due to my tail digging right in. I have tried 2 other hills prior to this one, and this is the best one I've got. This was way more exhausting than I thought.
Now let's
put in the work.
180. Let's watch this last 180 because this is the whole point. It's not that it's hard, but this pressure on this last one. Don't fall, power through. And now throw the horns, man. Yeah, I love it, dude. I love that. And that's the whole thing. In fact,
that's exactly your move at the end of every move is throwing it up.
You got to feel good about it, man. You got to be excited about it. That was once year. Once year's was funny because it was just Kyle Taylor. I want to highlight. Can we go to Kyle? Because I'm not giving Kyle a concave foot pad if he wins because he didn't actually do the challenge. But Belly, I want to highlight it because actually press pause. Can you just read his comment first?
I forgot exactly what to do for the challenge, but I had some fun on some banks anyways. That's what it's all about tonight, though, right? Getting you out there and trying some new stuff.
Do you want to try that one again?
Yeah, well, there was. I can tell you it's hard to read from where I'm sitting right now.
You want to try that again?
I can tell you it's hard to read from where I'm sitting. If I'm an eye doctor, I'm not reading that line.
I love you, man.
I forgot exactly what to do for the challenge, but I had some fun on some banks anyways. That's what I thought. That's why it's all about, though, right?
Oh, God.
By the way, that though has a T at the end of it. No, I'm not trying to call Kyle Taylor for misspelling though, but it looks like thought from here, which it actually is thought from here.
He really he wasn't sure of the sequence, so he just went out and found some banks and just dicked around and just put us all to shame, of course. We love watching Kyle ride, and that's why I wanted to highlight it. I'm not going to give him the concave pad if he does win today, and I think he would agree with that because it's all about doing the challenge, but I love that he said it right. Hey, this is what it's all about, right? Just getting you out there and trying stuff. So no, this one's technically not eligible, but boy, oh boy, is it incredible. I mean, his 360s just make me want to cry. It makes me want to cry. I want to go ride with this guy so bad. We've got Terry out there knocking him out. And you know, I like seeing you guys try this new stuff, and you're getting on hills, you're finding new spots. That was my only other thing that I wanted to say. Belly, you can take us back. Thank you, bud. Even if you don't have the skill to do this, maybe it'll force you to go find a grass hill you didn't know about. You know, next week we're going to start doing curb slides. Okay? Maybe you got to go find a parking block now. So the cat's out of the bag. We're going to do slides next week.
Now, how can you tell all the listeners what your experience with curb slides are?
I don't do them. I won't do them, and I'm going to have to because I'm damn it.
There's no challenge you can't accept.
No, and that's what I have to do is because I realized I can't just start putting out challenges that are all fun for me because then first of all, it's not going to push me at all, and second of all, I don't want you guys to ride like me. I want us all to get better at everything. So, you know, the whole point of this is even if you didn't get today's challenge or this week's challenge, I guarantee you're getting better at doing the switches that we were working on. You might not have them down, but trust me, if you start throwing them, you're going to realize, oh, wow, I can actually start doing this. You might be able to get the sex change at this point. Maybe you just got a 180.
And one thing from me is I would like to say and like we had some late submissions to the sex change challenge, keep submitting those challenge videos even if it's past the time because we want to see you guys complete those challenges no matter what. We want to see you guys absolutely crush them, and you do every week.
Yeah, we do see them. So first of all, I got ahead of myself. Curb slides is in 2 weeks. Sorry. I forgot. I already have one lined up. But that's what's going to happen.
So curb slides 2 weeks from now.
Can I change? Can we vote? What did Angel just say? Can we vote to change the name to what? I want to see this.
To change the name of what?
Of what? The sex change? We'll call it a body varial. We can do that. All right. So moving forward, folks, what I would like to get into today, because I said I was going to rail off on future motion.
That might be for Shenanigan Squad too, if you go back up.
I don't know how to approach the rest of the show because I'm a little bit upset, but we do have a surprise guest for you guys, so I'll save that for the third segment. And I'm just going to go ahead and say a tease that it's coming from the idea that there is really a good idea getting floated out there about one-wheel insurance. You guys seen this one-wheel insurance? Belly, have you heard of this yet?
I've seen a little snippets, but I'm not really keen on insurance for what and protection of what.
While I voted yes for it, I'm completely against it. And I realize that now. And I have to talk not against the idea and the people who are doing it. I think it's amazing that they're doing this. It's infuriating me with the company. And so we're just going to talk for a little bit in the third segment there about why. So, Belly, if you could take us to a quick break. I want to get into our surprise guest for the day. Congratulations to everybody who dropped a one-wheel challenge video. And again, go over to the Facebook group, Weekly One-Wheel Challenges, and get your votes in for this week's winner who gets a custom concave foot pad from Jeff White. All right, Belly, let's take us out, man. Are we doing this thing?
We're going. Break time.
I like this tune. Good job, dude. Belly of Mount LaBelle rocking it from Studio A. You guys are killing it in the social media lounge, serving thank you cards to everybody making this run. Thank you, Belly. We'll see you guys in about 2 minutes. It's the Voice of Onewheel.
Welcome back, folks. That's right. No, Luch, it's my time to host the show because we have a very special guest on the line today, but you already seen him. You already know who he is. He's the creator of the Voice of Onewheel. He is the creator of the weekly One Wheel Challenges group. He is the creator of Luch Dog in the Morning. He's your host, your one, your only. That's right. Today's special guest, and what we're going to talk about today is the Voice of Onewheel and the things behind it. So let's get into it with the one, the only, Adam Carlucci.
Who is not Adam, Luch Dog. We are not Adam.
Hey, you know what's funny is a lot of the people in the One Wheel group know you as Adam, not as the Luch Dog.
I
The
don't
Luch.
have to change my whole Facebook name, dude. But yeah, no. What Belly had a really good idea.
You could be once here. Like once you're, that's his name, right?
It is my name, but I want to go by Luch because I want to separate, because sometimes we get some negative things coming in here. And Jonathan Stock was kind enough to say, look, dude, you'll take it less personally if people are calling out Luch, the character, instead of Adam Carluccio, Mrs. Carluccio's son, basically. And we don't get a ton of negative stuff, but when we do, people are opinionated because we knew that going in. So I'm going to stop hosting now. Belly, you take it away. Look, he had a really good idea. He was like, look, you talk a lot on here, but we've never really gotten into your background and why you do this. So why don't you let me go ahead and pick at your brain? I said, all right, well, that'll be fun. Let's do it, man. Belly, take it away.
So my first question for you is, of course, the greatest question of all time. But we all know now, when did you really get into the one wheel phase of life that really led into this genre?
I started looking at boards on the internet, like electric skateboards that I knew once I saw this, because I've been snowboarding my whole life. And if I'm going to drop $1,800 to go out to Colorado from the East Coast on one trip where I get 3 days snowboarding, maybe, because usually by the third day, everybody's like, you guys just want to smoke weed and hang out. And I'm like, damn it. I mean, yes, but can we go snowboarding too? So I started seeing, I like gadgets, and I started looking into, oh wow, I remember when the Segway came out, man. I was like, dude, I don't care how stupid that looks. I want one. That's freaking cool. Like, just the technology behind it, the whole gyrosphere, the fact that it's just you lean and go and you lean back and stop. I was really intrigued, but I thought it looked stupid. Now I started looking into the Leaf Tech boards, and I was like, oh, that looks a lot more like snowboarding and carving. But I don't like the fact that it's got these tiny little wheels, because if I hit some sort of bump, that thing's gonna launch me. And I was like, all right, well then I started I'm not actively looking at these things. They just started popping into my life because I opened up my mind's eye to it. I started looking into this stuff. And all of a sudden the Facebook things start coming in, and I'm like, oh, look at this, a boosted board. The fuck is that thing? Oh, that's pretty cool. Wider wheels, goes pretty fast. But you know what? First of all, you can't take that off-road. And second of all, I don't like the whole fact that it's got a controller in my hand. That doesn't feel natural. I'm a snowboarder. Man, I wish it would be something I didn't have to control with my hands. And then it was like, here's a one wheel. And I said, excuse me. I'm sorry, what? And
the one wheel was really the first of the electric boards that you dove right into, right?
Only. Yeah, I mean, it was my gateway board for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Because now we have 2 one wheels, a Rad Mini, and a GD electric unicycle that we call the Egg.
So when you got in, so then obviously
I want to be able to go off road, man. I want to be able to snowboard.
Oh yeah,
feel like I'm snowboarding, and that's why I didn't like a boosted board. I was like, oh, we're getting there. We're getting close. Leaf Tech.
You're a grass rider through and through, Luch. It's never going to be denied. Now when it comes to creating the show, I know it was really actually more community driven, I think. But now talk about that for a little bit.
Oh, the show, for sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be honest. I did what everybody was doing in this group and saying, oh, wait a minute.
What can I provide, right?
Well, yeah. Well, no, I'm gonna take it from the selfish route first, because I'm very transparent with you guys. Part of this is selfish. It's true. It's good for us, because I'm like, wait a minute. There's a niche of 8,000 people who love this thing, and they have really nobody else but each other to talk to about it, because whenever we bring it to our friends, they say, oh, that's kind of weird. Okay, how much is it? $1,500. Go fuck yourself. That's basically what my friends say. And so it's like, wait a minute. These people need we need something that will kind of glue us together. It's like the first thing I was like, oh, I can be the first one to do this, and we would have we could represent the voice of this entire group, and that to me was a dream come true. I've always wanted attention. I am an attention whore. It is the thing that I realized in middle school when I was walking on a beach oceanfront like boardwalk with my parents. I'm an only child. You guys know the glow sticks that the kids wear on Halloween. You snap it in half and then it glows. Bella, you know what I'm talking about,
Yep,
right?
got it. Yeah,
There
yeah.
was a little. They had these little mini versions of ones. They were almost like a pill sized. And I remember seeing somebody do this when I was like 8 or 10 years old, and I was walking on the boardwalk with my parents in like Myrtle Beach somewhere, and it was nighttime, so I put the thing in my mouth, which would then light up my mouth that color anytime I opened my mouth, and I was walking around with that in my mouth, and everybody and their mother is looking at me, and remember to this day, that was the moment where I realized I like this.
Now this is part of the story where
I like people looking at me.
Now, can you tell me, please, because I enjoy hilarious stories, that this is the part where you swallowed it and then pooped a glow stick?
And I pooped out a glowing red pill. No. No, but I do.
You were really into
remember
the
that
Matrix at this time.
Billy, I wanted to make sure, that I'm telling the story just because guys, I'm not hiding the fact that I like doing this because we've never asked you guys for your money. We have a GoFundMe set up, but do you ever talk about it? Like, some people are starting to talk about like membership dues and throwing some cash towards us to keep this going. We've never wanted your money from this. We've always wanted attention. We want to grow because we feel like we have something to offer. And especially for the group, we can really start bringing some people in different lights. Like, I know there have been some negative thoughts about some people that we've even had on the show, and then we've had the person on, and people are like, oh, wow, that was actually kind of nice, because like it shows that they are a person too. It's so easy to see people just as a name or an egg on Twitter, and you're just like, you see this stuff and they're just blasting off, and it's so easy to just be like, oh yeah, telling me to wear a helmet because you didn't wear a helmet and crash at 22, should have listened to your own advice. And it's like, would you say that to a guy who is giving you advice in person? He's not being a dick. He's just trying to say, I fucked up and I didn't wear a helmet. You should probably do it because, like, learn from me. And, like, these people are rolling off on him, so I don't like that. And I realized, look, I'm going to be very, very honest with you because I'm usually the host. Right now I'm a guest. There's a reason we call it the Voice of Onewheel. Yes, it is absolutely to highlight all of you. But can I tell you the one selfish reason that it is also that? Not that I am the voice of Onewheel, but subliminally, I want you guys to look to us to be your voice if you need one. And that's why I'm going to speak out to Future Motion today. And that's why I hope when this board sport gets a little bigger and we're on ESPN the Ocho instead of some of the bullshit that they show on there right now.
Hey, they actually had the Ocho week recently.
I know, I saw that. And Belly, you're damn right. I want you and me to be the commentators when they get Onewheel stuff, not some random ass dude who's going to be like, oh, wow, that was cool. Was that a bank? No, I think it was a bonk. And you're just like, no. I want that job. I'm putting myself in for that. And I want to be able to speak for all of us. I'd like to be your ambassador. So thank you guys for like the fact that you guys have accepted us and keep to support us and tuning in. You guys set your alarms to tune in. I got people on the West Coast who wake up at 5:30 in the morning just to text me who's on the show today. I'm going back to bed. I can't wait to watch. Like, you have no idea what that does for us. And it's better than I'd rather that than a 6-figure payday from this show. I really would.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's one of those things that you just have the product of putting it out, and just even though positive comments, we get so many positive comments. I mean, we do. It's unbelievable how well the community treats us, and it's just a huge thank you to them as well, because in reality, I mean, we've had guests even come into the studio now. We've met so many great people through the community, and I mean, the fact that people want to come on and talk with us is great.
Ellie, do you feel like you're a part of this? I mean, I feel like everybody's accepted you and ingratiated you into this community.
Oh, yeah.
That's got to feel good for you as not even a rider.
I mean, yeah, and obviously you guys know I don't ride too much. I mean, my livelihood all depends on my ability to move around. I just went to my empty chair.
The camera now, bud. How does it make you feel though that everybody has ingratiated you into the community?
No, the community's always treated me with mucho respect, mucho like care, and it's also like always fun. I really enjoy especially the people we have in the social media lounge that tune in with us live every day, every Tuesday. It's unbelievable because they're so engaging with me, especially. I know it's in part because I'm fun and I'm someone who's always down to have a good time, and I put off a nice persona as far as I know. But the other thing is I also know that I have a responsibility to be able to voice in those guys from the social media lounge, which is one of those things that I hold very dear to me, and I try my best to bring out the best from the social media lounge. So I know
the whole thing. We want to be able to represent you guys. So while we are trying to, basically stake the claim that we are the voice of you if you need one, and we want to highlight the voices of all of you. Belly's the one who's piping in your guys' stuff from the social media lounge, so it's really cool because I watch all these videos back afterwards, and you can see the live chat come in. And if anybody's wondering, as I know we have a lot of podcast listeners, the social media lounge literally is just the chat next to the live stream on YouTube. But if you go back to the YouTube video, you can watch the chat happen in real time, and it just tickles me seeing you guys interact with the show like you do. So that's always been fun.
So my other thing I was going to ask you about, Luch, is obviously we've done a lot of different stuff here on Voice of Onewheel. Is there any favorite guests or segments or things like that that you've done?
You're going to make me pick a favorite child? Come on now.
Nah, well, or is there anything that you could see in the future of Voice of Onewheel that you really want to see where it's going?
That's a good question. Yeah, that's a very good question. I liked having Amanda Thompson on the first time because it really showed me how many women were into this. I didn't know the Float Queens group existed, so that was fun.
That's another huge. We talked about the kids earlier, getting into it. That's another one I'm seeing more and more every single day of women joining this.
Women. I like seeing parents doing it, like the Fat Daddy team is awesome. Lainey Lou, I think you're going to be able to help with this week's challenge. So it's not going to be a stanky leg because us adults don't have the ligaments to pull that one off.
I want it to be the I want it to be the Lainey move, the stanky leg. Come on.
No. You guys are going to like this one. I have something planned for you. I believe this one for this week came from Once Year. It was a very good idea. We'll do. But as far as the future of One Wheel, and that's what I was saying, I like that. I was saying that we want to be a voice for you if you need one, and to kind of highlight I want to get personalities behind the names that you're seeing on these groups so that you realize that we're all people and that we're all in this together. We had next week we're going to have, I don't know if the cat's out of the bag. I'm just going to say it. I think it's about an 80% lockdown right now. We have the guys who run Ruby Hill in Denver. They're going to come on the show, and they want to talk about how we can highlight what they're doing at that park. This is a park that's in Denver. You guys saw, I rode it when I was out there with Jonathan Stock and Justin Duncan and all those guys, Austin Buck, I believe. But the owner of the park, or whoever runs the park, they love us. They want to maybe create a mini pump track for one-wheel riders. They want to see how we can get the word out about Ruby Hill and what they're doing differently and all the kinds of things. Guys, you should see some of the stuff. These BMX tracks that they jumps. I'm talking real X Games style pump tracks, like tracks that you can really do stuff on and get 15 feet in the air off a jump. Obviously, you're not doing it on a one wheel, but there's a lot of cool stuff at this park, and it's like a mile-long single track that goes around the outside of it. They're gonna come on the show. They reached out because they want to get the word out, and they want to talk to you guys, the one wheel groups. And so that's just something that tickles me because it's like, yes, let us bring that. So Jonathan Stock, thank you for bringing that our way. We've also gotten it's looking like 2 weeks. We're talking to Rowdy Burton. I know you guys know who he is. Rowdy is a rider. He just put that video out that it was his birthday and he wanted to wear a suit, and so he jumped on his one wheel looking fresh as all get out, and he's gonna hopefully jump on. I was just talking to him yesterday, so thank you to Caleb for putting him in touch with me. Basically, people are hitting me up and saying, hey, listen, this guy needs to be highlighted, this person needs to be highlighted, this park needs to be highlighted, and that's what we're here to do.
Well, that's the other thing about the community I'd like to point out. They're so into I did it again, went to my chair. I can't help it. The other thing I'd like to highlight about the community is they're not just looking to highlight themselves. They are always thinking about someone that they either inspire them on the one wheel, or someone that really catches their eye or attention when it comes to the things they're doing. They're always thinking about who they want to see on our show or get to know more, and we're glad to be a platform for that. So that's something that's really cool about the community. They're just
this is
always thinking about it.
You really don't realize how much we appreciate your attention and letting us do this every week. So thank you.
So, with that, Mr. Guest, is there any kind of
keep it going? Come on, look at the clock. You got 4 minutes. You're
4
good.
minutes? I know, but I'm thinking about. I'm trying to remember what other questions I had at 3 o'clock in the morning when I was thinking about all this.
Was that when you were putting it all together? Okay.
Yeah. Well,
do you want me to look? I started out doing snowboarding, and
we know all that jazz. You've told all these stories before.
I'm not telling that story. All I wanted to say was the reason that I love the one wheel snow so much is that it's a snowboard with a jetpack. And then I went snowboarding at a local place, and I was like, dude, why am I sitting here doing this, like waiting on lifts? And I mean, on the East Coast, these runs are 2 minutes long. I mean, they're 2 minutes long, guys. It doesn't. You get to the top of the lift, the top of the slope. You hit play on a song, you're at the bottom of the slope before the song's over. Like, it's not like Colorado.
That's
so I'm
true.
like doing this, and I'm just like, why the hell am I doing all this? I'm waiting on a 10-minute lift. I'm freezing cold. I'm going down the hill for 2 minutes, and then I'm going back and waiting again. When I literally left and jumped on my one wheel when I got home. Like, I'm sold, man. There's the electric unicycle is faster, more powerful, and very fun. But there's nothing that's going to get me to give up my one wheel. If I had to give up one of them, I would definitely give up the EUC. And I don't care that it's faster. I don't care that it's more powerful.
Never give up.
It's
as
just
I've
not
learned.
the same, man. Just never give up.
Never give up is what I've learned from the weekly one wheel challenges. Never.
Belly, do you want to tease? You want to tease this next one? You want to know where I'm about to rail off?
You're talking about rail off with what?
I guess Future Motion.
I guess.
I guess it's the company, kind of
it's,
us.
It's a mix. I think it's a little mix. Because what you were talking to me about it, you were still indecisive on who you wanted to rail off on.
I'm railing off on everyone. I'm really frustrated, and I think we need to. Okay, let me do this. Belly, give me my tunes. I'm going to tease this, and then we're out. And remember, while we're doing this, get over to the weekly One Wheel Challenges group on Facebook. Put your vote in for this week's winner. The votes are coming in strong. We will announce that at the end of the show. So thank you very much. I don't think. Look, if you have a cat, or let's say a dog, and the dog pees in the corner, that's not an activity that you want to continue, right? So you don't say, oh, well, let's go put down another rug for it to pee on in the future. You get it to stop peeing. We'll be back after this.
Yeah, on the floor.
Man, what the fuck am I gonna eat today? You're gonna head over to marinateyourlife.com. That's what you're gonna do. Get yourself some goddamn tacos. You got some bowls, some sloops, some sliders and sides. I had one yesterday, the kitchen sink wrap. Marinateyourlife.com. Welcome back, folks. Segment 3 coming at you strong. Thank you, Belly, for holding this down all day today. You're killing it. If the cat or the dog pees in the corner, you don't buy them another thing to pee on. You get them to stop peeing.
I don't understand. You can't just make an animal stop peeing. The Humane Society is coming for blood on you on this one, my friend.
No, absolutely not. You get it to stop peeing. What do they tell you to do with a dog, Belly? They tell you if it poops in the house, you immediately rub their nose in it. Now, I don't know whether you agree in that or not. It's you boom, stop it, and you don't hit it. But I mean, you show that it was immediately wrong, and then hopefully that it will stop. All I'm trying to say is if somebody or something is doing a behavior that you don't appreciate, you don't do something that's going to forward them to continue to do that. Now this is where I'm going to start. Belly, can you just like chime in with something? Can you just yell fluffernutter?
Fluffernutter.
Yeah, I want you to yell that when my tone gets bad. And if I am ever
Fluffernutter.
Yeah, I just want you to yell that in my ear so that I giggle and chill the F out because I'm upset. I'm upset. Head over to the Weekly One Wheel Challenges group and get your votes in now. We will announce that in about 17 minutes who the winner is. But listen, guys, there's a really cool idea about insurance going around and people talking about, I'm not going to say where it's going around or what basically a group of people is talking about pooling some money together to buy a couple extra boards so that if somebody in that group wasn't able to, had to send their board in, well, now there's a loaner board that we can have you, and all you got to do is pay for the shipping. So like, $50 to $100, and you get a loaner board while yours is out to Future Motion for a fix.
Like if your car's in the shop.
Basically, there's another post that just came out here, and I'm not gonna say who the person is, but it says opinions please. $903 to repair a board. Is it worth it? I recently bought a Second Plus with 43 miles on it for that price. What would you do? So I'm going to basically say this is out there. This is in the public. So I'm not reading anything that was private and is now no longer private. I'm reading something that is in the public eye. It's the message from the team at Future Motion, and this is why people say, why don't you ask Future Motion to pay you? Why does Future Motion not pay you? It's because I don't work for them. I want to push them, and I want them to succeed, but I think we're basically training them to suck, and that's what I'm getting on you guys about and getting on us about. Okay? Look, here's the thing. I don't even need to read it. If your car breaks down, guys, let's say you have a $20,000 car, $15,000 car. What's the most you're going to repair? $5,000? That's a third of it. Okay? Like, you're not, what is that, a transmission, an engine? And I mean, that happens so rarely. We're getting ourselves into a position now where my Plus that I've had for basically a year, I got it on August 11th. So, wow, I just realized I just missed my anniversary. How about that? But, guys, how is it possible that now my Plus, the bearings are down, and I'm going to have to send it in, and who knows, I'm looking at Amanda Thompson's, her bearings were rough, it's now a $500 fix, and the company is claiming that it's because she took her board apart and put it back together wrong. She had another one of our group technicians look at it and agree completely, absolutely not, it was like this out of the box, and now she's got to pay $500 for this. The company would probably say, well, your technicians don't know what our technicians do. I would like to submit the fact that our technicians might be able to teach your technicians. You should probably start looking into the one-wheel scientists. They could probably help with any of this. Okay. Your
tone's good. It's just I understand.
I'm talking to Future Motion right now. I don't want to.
You just told them
Future Motion
that
I will not blast the people.
The experts are. And I'm not trying to deny that we have really good experts in the Voice of Onewheel
Belly, you're not in these groups, community. Dude. Listen, man, I appreciate you as the voice of reason. I'm going to tell you right now, Future Motion better get their shit together or somebody else is going to create a board and start competing with them really quickly. I'm telling you right now, there's already talk of that. So what they need to realize is that you cannot have a situation where you have a $1,500 board or a $1,500... Guys, take it away from One Wheels because I know you're passionate about it. A $1,500 anything. Let's say you go buy an Xbox for $1,500. Okay, I know that doesn't make sense, but whatever. Okay, if it's gonna break, and when it breaks, it's gonna be a third of the price.
So basically, every Apple product that's ever existed. Sorry, that's a joke from me.
you need to let me do this on my own. Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm not being silly about this because it's not. Yeah, that's another reason that you could. Okay, fine. Apple products, we just have to keep upgrading. Are you guys going to set that precedent? Actually, Billy makes a good point. You want to set that precedent now with Future Motion where we're going to accept the fact that these things break after a year, and to get it fixed, you're either going to have to spend $1,000 and wait 2 weeks to get it back, or you're going to have to spend money to get insurance with another group of 200 people so that hopefully you're in line next to get the board when it breaks. No. I'm sorry. That is not how this works. That is not how this works. You need to figure out as a company how to make this so that your warranty lasts longer than the point where it's going to break. We all know that things are going to start happening after a year. That warranty needs to be at least 2 years if you're going to tell us that we can send it. If you're going to show us videos of smashing champagne bottles on the side of it. If you're going to show us videos on your accounts, sending it off of mountains, taking it down these trails, ripping it up, doing the things that are going to make this board, with just random wear and tear, start to act up after about a year or 1,000 miles. Well, guess what? That's where the warranty caps out, and I don't like it. That's not right. That is not right. You don't buy a car and get a 1-year warranty. You get a 5-year warranty. You get a 75,000-mile warranty. That is enough to cover at least until the point where your board has paid for itself. Not 1 year. Not 1 year. That's not fair. I don't think that's right. You're asking this guy to spend $900 on a repair for a board that costs, what, 15? Give me a break. We can't support this as a community. We can't. We cannot do that. We cannot start thinking about insurance for when our board screws up so that we can have a fix. No. It's a great idea. You know who's supposed to be doing that? Future Motion. Not you. Not me. We should be the ones who are accepting this and appreciating what they're doing for us, not fixing their problems. Damn it. Future Motion, if you're listening, I'm tired of fixing your guys' problems. And I know I'm not the only one. This board cannot cost this much to repair after just 1 year, right after the warranty sets off. It's not right. It's not right. Belly, am I crazy?
No, and I mean, I was thinking about your tones there. I'm trying to keep track of them. And while they're in the negative sense in some aspects, I mean, everything you're saying is absolutely right. I mean, but unfortunately, this isn't a one-wheel. This isn't just a one-wheel issue. This is I think a manufacturing issue across the board on so many different products. You did point out cars have a really fair warranty in the 75,000 normal wear and tear. I mean, that's 5 years if you get to 75,000 miles in 5 years, you're cruising, you're driving all the time. And that's the same aspect in your one wheel. It's like they almost don't want you to ride it in the sense of testing its limits and pushing it forward and going out there and being the community that you are and pushing, because the community is something that's actually going to drive this past. The community is going to push it to the ESPNs and the open world.
What I want.
And then, but Future Motion needs to realize that the only way to keep that community where it is now is to make it something like that, where the warranty is going to last you time.
Guys, put it this way. Belly, come back to me.
Yeah.
Put it this way. I'm thinking about not buying another board. Until this is fixed, I'm not going to buy another board. Why would I do this? I mean, my Plus now has to get fixed, and I haven't ridden it. It's been sitting there for 3 weeks because I know I'm going to have to reach out to them. It's going to be who knows however many $100s, and that's fine. I'm not saying that their board has to be perfect and never break. Okay, from the Future Motion side, just to be fair, they're probably saying, dude, get out of here. You're just blasting off on us in front of the entire community. Have you reached out to us first? We've all been reaching out to you to try to fix this. And I'm saying to you right now, look, I get that you only manufacture so many and that you can't really trust other people in the group without training them first to fix this for you. So start training people to fix this for you across the country and eventually across the globe, because until you do that, this sport is not going to grow the way we want it to. You need to have places where you can send a board to Sonny Wheels and he can fix it for us. You can send a board to Jeff Rosenzweig and he can fix it for you. Sonny Wheels can fix my bearings in a day and send it back. I would happily give him $100 or $200 to do that for me. You know what I'm saying? But I need Future Motion to realize that as long as you're going to keep it in this little like California pocket of San Jose, and then that's going to distribute to the entire world, and you're also building something that's going to have issues that are going to need to be sent back to you after about a year if we ride it the way that you say we should.
And no offense, but they better not be working on a new board either.
Yeah, and instead of coming out with a new, one wheel SR, it's super range now. It goes 30 miles. I don't care because I'm going to have to send it in after a year anyway and basically spend half the price of what I already paid for it.
It'll cost $2,000 too.
What I would like to challenge Future Motion with, I'm not bashing you, I am challenging you, and I'm trying to wake everybody up and stop buying a new carpet for the company to pee on. Stop giving them reasons to continue to not give a shit. Realize that this is not okay. $900 on a repair for a board. Listen, our team found that a component in your board's battery has been compromised due to physical and water damages. The component will need to be replaced. Additionally, the technician said that your tire is losing air and it's optional to replace. Upon further inspection, the technicians also reported that your board's motor is making a water-damaged noise. Although riding performance is not affected right now, the noise will worsen over time and the motor could stop working.
As we drive through puddles in our ad.
Yeah, as we roll through puddles and smash champagne bottles on it. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. Are we crazy? Are we all going to wake up to this and say, this is not right? I'm sorry. I never come at it like this. But, dude, I'm in a different place right now where I'm in it. Maybe it's just because I'm in a different city. But I'm starting to see these insurance posts come out. And it's like it's heartwarming to see how well this community is working together. Stop it. Start demanding more from Future Motion to bring down at least the repair costs or give me a better warranty because this is a joke. I guarantee you would not buy a car for 20 grand if it came with a 6-month warranty and 8,000 miles. I mean, give me a break. Give me a break.
That's exactly the perfect number to put it on. No one would buy that car. No smart person would buy it. Buy a new
car in a year anyway, so just forget it, okay? The insurance idea is awesome. Start putting it on Future Motion, not us. That's my challenge to you guys, is start demanding that we can do this. Look, guys, we can easily have regional workshops. They just have to commit to doing it instead of coming out with their next board. I don't want a new board at this point. I don't want a better board. The XR is fine, and actually was going to talk about that too. People really hate the pushback. I don't know if I'm on an older firmware or not, but guys, ideally you'll get used to the pushback. I hated it at first. My Plus was my baby. Now all I ride is my XR, and I love it. I don't know. Hopefully it's not just a firmware thing, but we'll talk about that on a different day. I know that some people are already, I mean, they're like, all right, I just love my Plus. Like, we don't need new versions of boards if they're going to continue to have issues after a year, which is right when the warranty is up. Okay? That's what we need to fix first. Give me regional fixings, regional workshops, and a better warranty. And then people will be able to really get into this, because I'm telling you right now, I'm not buying a new board until they do it. I'm making that claim. I am out. I'm going to just ride what I have, and I'm going to not buy a new board until they fix this, because there's no point. I'm just going to have to spend that money on repairing it anyway. What's the point? Now I got to buy insurance on people that I've never met and just trust that that's going to work. Give me a break. We can do better than this, and that's on Future Motion. That's all I wanted to say. So let's get to the polls and see what's going on. Belly, do you have that up? I'm actually curious. I'm going to go to it myself.
Yeah, I have it up. I have been keeping track of it as we've been rolling through the show today. And
well, why don't you, before you do that, do you have social media up too, or would you like for me to pipe? I'll pipe in some social media launch while you organize the poll. I've got Copy says, I'd love for Chris to call in and hear his opinions on this topic. Oh man, can we do that? Belly is.
I don't know what does the calls.
All right, you know what? We cannot do that right now, but we will have maybe. You know what would be even? Honestly, you guys, I'll tell you what would be more beneficial. Post about this in the groups. Start posting about this, because they watch this show. They see the groups. Start posting about this. Get this word out that this has to change, guys. This has to be a culture that we cannot keep forwarding by saying, "Oh, it's okay. The board's amazing. It's gonna break after a year, but whatever. I'll just buy a new one." No. Not all of us have the money, and I guarantee the people who we need to make it mainstream, they don't have the money for that. So
man, it looks like I see a landslide in the poll. By the way, if we're talking about the poll now,
a landslide. Okay, well, yeah. Let's see. One woman, one wheel says R&D dollars need to go into doing it right the first time, not continually making new products before they get the old ones right. See, all right, they're all on the same page. Social Media Lounge. We are now serving bowls of ice cream and
with chocolate with hot fudge.
Hot fudge, yeah, hot fudge sundaes.
Cherry on top.
Participation today. Also, thank you cards for Belly Matt LaBelle, who is in Studio A, as I am in Studio B. Belly, you're killing it today. Who is winning the poll for the OWC3?
Well, this has been, obviously a fun challenge. Everyone had their favorite, but I'm bringing up it right now, and with 10 votes of, looks like we've got about. Maybe I see a lot of 1 votes. Everyone's been going on, but it looks like with 10 votes, Aaron Hipple.
Wait! Don't give it away yet. Who's the third best? Who's number 3? Who came in third?
One Sierra's got. We have a tie with Kyle Taylor and One Sierra, 2 votes each, or maybe yeah.
Oh wow, this dude just crushed.
Terry Peter.
Belly. Tell him who won it.
Terry Peter had 3 votes in there, but the winner by far with 10 votes, Aaron Hipple, crushes it with the 10 votes and is the winner of this week's Jeff White custom pad. And if you do already have one, feel free to pass it on. We are all about to pass it on feels here. But
I just, that is amazing. Dude,
Yeah.
Belly, can you go show his video again? I think you probably
absolutely.
still have that up. And I don't know if you have the ability. Can you full screen it? Let's just watch it in all of its glory. That's Kyle
CT.
Taylor. You're almost there. That's the first one that should be. I think that's it. Yeah, let's watch that full screen here, and I'll just go ahead and talk over. But this guy, again, he's a larger rider, and I know that's like, I think he's actually past the weight limit of the board. I think it's something like 265. He said he's 290, and he's doing this with grace, man. And if you notice right there, he's not coming back down the line he went up. He's really getting on the edge of his tire and switching, and then dropping this 180. And what you'll see in all of these videos, if you go back and see it on the thread, it's just really neat seeing how everybody struggles with that last 180. And the question is why? It's because that's the last thing on your list to do. There's the reason I gave you 6 things that you can do, because
it also looks like a reverse of his normal 180 like stance. He's coming at it backwards.
Dude, he killed it. And I gotta say, he was my favorite. He was the one that I was hoping was gonna win. I actually really enjoyed Once Years, because actually, Belly, can you do that real quick? Can you scroll down to Once Years? It was really cool to see, because the one thing. So first of all, congratulations, Aaron Hipple. That's awesome. You got a custom concave pad from Jeff White coming your way. Jeff White, thank you for sponsoring that. If anybody wants his pads, they're awesome. They work with flight fenders. You can make them concave. You can make them extended like a one tail. You can do whatever you want. Jeff White, custom concave foot pads. Thanks again for sponsoring. Just hit him up on Facebook. But Belly's got this video from Once Year that also came in, and I like it because he shows this is attempt 1. And he was like, dudes, this one took me a while, and a lot of fails in between. So what I like seeing is how he's going after it, and he's going for the 180 here. He's about to drop that, and oh man, we're down, right? And so if you can see that caption, it says basically an F load of tries later. Look how smooth this dude is.
Man, he looks like that looks almost like Floatville USA is what I want to say.
It does. He found a really nice hill for that. And Belly, he basically didn't have a 180 going into this. I mean, he learned this 180 starting with these weekly one wheel challenges, and it's just that right there is that makes me feel like we're doing something here. I mean, because it's just that's what this is for, to improve your riding, to feel a sense of community and support from each other. And I love those V's he's making. You know, I mean, anybody can go up and down the same line, but here comes that last 180. Drop it. Here it comes. Oh, man, he's got to get it. And bam. Look at that. Just sexual.
Oh, almost tried the sex change at the end there.
Sex change at the end. That's why I said that. I absolutely love it. Once you're really good job. And then he had a bunch of falls in between. So that will take us to Belly. That was a wonderful job of production. If you want to end it back with me, I'm going to address what next week's challenge will be. In 2 weeks, we will be doing parking blocks and curb slides. Okay, so that's coming. This coming week, what I would like to do, and I'll put this out on the weekly one wheel challenges. Somebody gave me the idea to also highlight video making and the fact that it's kind of fun to see really cool edits. Now, if you're not a video editor, this will just push you to add those skills too. It doesn't matter if you're not great at it. We just want to see what you can do. But the point of this week's challenge, highlight your resort. You need to put together a video that highlights your best runs in your neighborhood, like I've done with Floatville USA, and I want names for your runs. I want diamond, blue square, diamond, what is it? Right? So put together, basically you're going to put together a video that's no more than 3 minutes. It has to be 3 minutes max, okay? And you're going to highlight your favorite runs within your within your neighborhood. I want to be able to highlight everybody's best runs, and I want to see it from your perspective. I want you to name it. I want you to tell us the difficulty. Have fun with it. Put a video together. And let's start really seeing the different terrain, the different resorts that exist all throughout this country, all throughout this globe. I want to see Fabouz on this challenge. Fabouz, I want to know what's up in France. Like, I want to know what's up with Ryan Howard in Portland, Oregon. I want to know what it looks like to ride his trails. I want to know what he calls them. I want to know what he finds to be amazing from his neighborhood. You guys see me doing it with Floatville USA. I named it that. All right, cool. I've got, like, the grocery store run. I'm sorry, we call it the shopping center run. Come up with some names, put together a video of your favorite runs in your neighborhood, 3 minute max. I'll post the thread, and then you guys can post your videos underneath. But really highlight the things that you just love riding around your neighborhood.
I honestly want to see everyone's favorite run. Is what I want to see.
Exactly. Pick your favorite runs around your neighborhood, and that's why I think it'll be really fun to watch these videos. This challenge was fun to do, but I bet the videos weren't super entertaining. I think these videos will be not only fun to make and to share it with everybody, your favorite runs, but also to be able to watch. Oh my God, that's a good idea. Maybe I can find something like that around where I live. So Belly, get a outro music going. We got to get out of here, dude. You did an amazing job.
I don't have the correct outro music today, but
that doesn't matter. We'll just go with it. Social Media Lounge, pop off right now. A thank you to Belly because he did a really good job on his own by himself, where we usually have 3 times the manpower in that studio helping. He did it all on his own. So Belly, thank you, buddy. You did a great job. Social Media Lounge, you're the best. Belly, we got to get out of here, dude.
Yes, we do.
All right, boys and girls, thank you for your time, your attention. Belly, you did an amazing job. For Belly, Matt LaBelle, and for everybody here from Studio A and Studio B, all of you in the Social Media Lounge, God bless you guys. You're looking good today. We appreciate you. Good luck on your challenges, and congratulations to Aaron Hipple, this week's winner. This is the Voice of Onewheel.